Hello everyone, Kaiser here, and today I'm back with my first video of 2022, and this video will be about some updates that I made to my custom My Hero Academia figures, which are Izuku Midoriya and Uraraka. I have worked on these figures before, well, I wouldn't say work, but for Midoriya, I've added a few things and I've updated Uraraka a few times. So this will be a kind of update video on the most current versions of these two figures I have. The next video should be another My Hero video, but it will be another full custom. So I hope you guys enjoyed that when it comes out. And with that, let's get into the work in progress. So when it comes to the work in progress for Midoriya, it's actually the most simple out of him and Uraraka. Before I even started, I had saw an Instagram user who I'll put up on the screen, who kind of made like this little modification to the Revoltech Midoriya where he sticks the Figma head onto the body, and it fits pretty well, so I decided to do that myself. I had actually saw someone selling a Figma Midoriya head on Mercari, so I decided to buy that. And after that, all I had to do was wait for the Revoltech Midoriya to come in, and once it did, I could get started. Also, I just want to say that the Revoltech Midoriya figure is really good. I'm really glad that I was able to get it, and I'm really glad that I was able to make this little modification. I just really love the Revoltech figure. And it's a really simple like modification if you want to do it yourself. All you really have to do is sand down the inside of the hair, you know, the piece that connects to the peg of Midoriya's head, and then shave off a little bit of the inside of his faceplate. And with that, you'll be able to stick the Figma head on the Revoltech body, and it looks pretty good. For the gloves, that was another thing that I wanted to add. I got the Air Force gloves from my friend Silver Metal on Instagram, and he is the same guy who made the previous Air Force gloves for my Figma Midoriya. And like before, all you really have to do is see how well they fit on the body, make a few modifications, and then move on to painting. I did do something a bit more with the gloves. I decided to add like some black thread to give more detail to the gloves, and I think it came out pretty well. So that's all I really did for Midoriya, but for Uraraka, there's definitely a lot more. Like I said, I had previously updated her before, but before that, she actually broke at the waist. So that's where the first update came in, as I'll show on the screen. I resculpted her hips, added a few more details to it, repainted it, and even added a bit more hair. And for the most part, that's where the modification or the update ends. But I decided to go a bit further after I gotten a WCF head for her and for a bunch of other characters that I'll hopefully make soon. And with that, I decided to give another update to the figures. So what I did for this Uraraka, or what I did this time, was I decided to go back and resculpt it once again, just to make it look a bit more like Uraraka in a sense, since there was something off about the original, but I wasn't entirely sure what. But after working on it, I did a lot more than I thought. I changed the arms, I changed the boots, as you'll see here. What I did was I took parts of a DC Superhero Girls, a Marvel Legends, and the boots from a Mega Man figure, and I pretty much stuck them all on the original body, and then started resculpting. Then, after I got everything sorted out there, I saw how well she stood with Midoriya, and I think the height was pretty well. So then it basically moved on to painting after that. As you can see, I went with different shades of pink, added a few more details to it, like the pearls, since I just think pearls kind of fit on Uraraka with these types of costumes. And after that, that was pretty much it. These are really simple updates, but they do add a lot, and I'm glad that I was able to work on them. I think they came out pretty well. There are a few more things that I'll get into with the general talking point of the figures, which will be happening right now. So let's get into it. So here we have the updated Revoltech Midoriya and my updated custom Uraraka figure, and I really like how both these came out. Starting with Midoriya, you can see that he has both the Air Force gloves and the Figma head on him. And I think I've said this before, but I just like how the Figma head looks for Midoriya a bit more than the Revoltech. Not to say that the Revoltech looks bad or anything, it really doesn't. But I think the Figma head works better for like an anime looking Midoriya, because to me at least, the Revoltech fits more of the manga style. So I'm able to pop each head on depending on how I feel, like if I want a more anime style head or manga style head. But as you can see, it fits on pretty well. It still has all the articulation you need, and I will show you how it looks on the inside if I can do it without breaking the figure. There we go. So as you can see, I shaved a lot of the hair on the back in order to pretty much in order to make it sit smoothly on the Revoltech peg. Since the neck is kind of elongated, to get all those crazy poses, you do have to sand it down quite a bit in order to get it to fit in there smoothly. And that goes for the back of the faceplate too. You don't have to do as much like dremeling, just a bit so it can fit in there like that. So after you do that, the Figma head should sit pretty well, and yeah, looks pretty good, doesn't it? That also goes for these Air Force gloves, which were made by my friend Silver Metal on Instagram. Like I said before, with the first time I got these for my Figma Midoriya over here, they work pretty well. I did have to do like a bit of dremeling to get them in there smoothly, but other than that, all you really have to do is paint them. And for mine, I decided to add like a bit of I'm not sure what you call black thread. Yeah, a bit of black thread in order to, you know, just add a bit more detail to them. So not a lot to Midoriya, but it definitely works for giving him a more updated look. And that also goes for Uraraka, since I'm really happy with what I was able to do with her. I think she just looks a lot more official. It just looks a lot better, and it kind of shows that I'm improving, at least a little bit. Starting with the head, like I said, this comes from a WCF, which fits pretty well for Uraraka, probably the main way I'm going to be displaying her. I really like how I use different shades of pink in this design. It is kind of like an original design, but it is also based off of her not season 2, her second costume design. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, which I'll show a picture of. But yeah, you can see that she kind of has like this hot neon pink in her shoulders and a little bit on her torso. Then the main part of her torso is more of like a lighter pink. That also goes for her boots. I'm really happy with how these turned out. I'm glad that I had that Mega Man figure. But yeah, there's really not a lot to get into. Here's the back. But it definitely works, and I even added her little choker piece or collar piece. The other thing that kind of made me really happy about this figure was the 3D printed heads that I got again from my good friend Silver Metal. All I really had to do was Dremel a bit into the neck, or not the neck, the peg, and then just test fit it to see how well it worked on the figure. Then after that, it was on to painting, and I'll show some pictures of all three faces, since she comes with a normal smiling face, a angry shouting face, and a very happy smile. I think the one area I can improve on is the eyes on the normal smiling face, since I think it looks a bit weird. I think it's either because her eyes are too small or they're too far apart. But either way, I'll probably go back and fix that, but it isn't too bad. I just noticed that and I think I could fix it. But like I said before, the WCF head is probably how I'm going to be displaying her most of the time. Moving on to articulation, her head can go up, down, and can swivel. Her arms can go out that far. Sorry for the camera. There we go. Her arms can move out that far. She has a bend at her elbow, and it can swivel. She has a wrist swivel and a hinge. Her torso can move that far forward, not too much. Pretty far back. She has a swivel there, and it does kind of pop off, but it's pretty tight. Her legs can go that far forward, that far back. She has a swivel at the thigh. They can go out that far. She has a double jointed knee. And her ankles can go up just a little bit, down, and she does have an ankle pivot. So the articulation is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's on par with Figma, but it definitely works, and it's definitely a lot more than I thought I was going to get. And as you can see, standing next to Midoriya, I say the scale works pretty well since she is supposed to be like quite a bit shorter than Midoriya. But speaking of that, let's get into size and comparison. And here you can see both Midoriya and Uraraka standing next to my custom Sue figure, my previous custom Midoriya figure, and the original, or at least a knockoff, of the first Figma Midoriya we have, and of course All Might, who's been here the whole time. I say they fit in pretty well. Of course, Sue is a bit shorter, and the Figma Midoriyas are a bit shorter than both the Reveltech Midoriya. But I'd say they fit in pretty well, at least with this like new, these two fit in better with these figures than they do these figures, since they are kind of from like different lines and everything. But overall, I say they fit in pretty well. They don't look out of place. I'm just really happy with how both these figures were able to turn out, even with like the little modifications that I did to this figure and the complete overhaul of this figure from what it from what it was originally. I'd say they came out really well. I'm very happy with how these turned out. And I hope you guys enjoy them as well. I hope you stick around for the pictures that I'll be taking of both of them. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will have some new shorter videos out, you know, kind of keep you updated on stuff I'm collecting. I hope you guys enjoyed those. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
You might be just like me, that's all that I see. We'll serve our purpose and emerge from pipe dreams. At first met a person who's quirkless like me, but never thought I'd be able to word it lightly till the fright leaves. And when I appear, that is likely the right me. Always try to do it precisely out of spite. Everybody's always willing to fight me, save a life when I'm only holding on to it slightly. And it bites me, gotta stay control of my psyche. And I might see that I'm the one that somebody might need. No fright last minute, but I'm timing it nicely. And you better learn to smile politely. By the end of it all, my examples were set. And to think no one gets that this world is a mess. Yeah, I had to give more, but in return for less. Now I think it's up to you to handle the rest. It won't end, so again I couldn't grip it. You were different but similar to me, and then I witnessed that a symbol is what I gotta be. You had a vision like I did, and you were in it to lead. I couldn't miss another kid, I'd probably do it for free. Used to be weak, nothing left for you I could teach. Symbol of peace, no longer need to look up to me. You're at the peak, just stare into the face of defeat and let the world see what you can achieve. Please.
When there's no hope left, you can count on me. Yeah, this world's a mess, but there's still one that gets it. So I'll do anything to keep them clear. When the dark is creeping near, just feel anything but fear. 'Cause I